Welcome to the appraisal process, a foundational training for new loan officers. Understanding how appraisals work is critical to your success in the mortgage industry. In this training, we'll cover what appraisers look for, how comparable sales work, the different value approaches, how to read an appraisal report, and key concepts like as-is value and after-repair value. Let's get started. What appraisers look for. When an appraiser visits a property, they are conducting a thorough inspection to determine its market value. They evaluate the physical condition of the home, the roof, foundation, HVAC systems, plumbing, and electrical. They look at the size of the home, including the gross living area, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and the lot size. They also assess the quality of construction and any upgrades or renovations. Location is a major factor. Proximity to schools, shopping, employment centers, and neighborhood condition all play a role. The appraiser is essentially answering one question: what would a willing buyer pay a willing seller for this property in today's market? Comparable sales. Comparable sales, commonly called comps, are recently sold properties that are similar to the subject property. Appraisers use comps to establish a baseline for market value. A good comp is typically within 1 mile of the subject property, sold within the last 6 months, and similar in size, age, condition, and style. Appraisers typically use 3 to 5 comps in their analysis. If a comp has a feature the subject property lacks, like an extra bathroom, the appraiser will make a downward adjustment to that comp's value. If the subject property has something the comp doesn't, like a finished basement, an upward adjustment is made. These adjustments help level the playing field, so the comparison is apples to apples. Value approaches. Appraisers use up to 3 approaches to determine value. The first is the sales comparison approach. This is the most common method for residential properties and relies on those comparable sales we just discussed. The second is the cost approach. This estimates what it would cost to rebuild the property from scratch, minus depreciation, plus the land value. This approach is often used for new construction or unique properties. The third is the income approach. This is used primarily for investment or rental properties and is based on the income the property generates. For most residential mortgage transactions, the sales comparison approach carries the most weight. The appraisal report. The appraisal report is the formal document that summarizes the appraiser's findings and conclusions. The most common form used in residential lending is the Uniform Residential Appraisal Report, also known as the URAR or Fannie Mae Form 1004. This report includes a description of the subject property, the neighborhood analysis, the comparable sales grid, adjustments, and the final opinion of value. As a loan officer, you need to review the appraisal carefully. Look at the condition rating, the comparables selected, and whether the appraised value supports the purchase price or loan amount. If the value comes in low, you'll need to discuss options with your borrower, such as renegotiating the price, making a larger down payment, or ordering a reconsideration of value. Comps, a deeper look. Let's go deeper on comps. When an appraiser selects comparables, they are looking for the most similar and most recent sales available. The ideal comp is in the same neighborhood, has the same number of bedrooms and bathrooms, similar square footage, usually within 10 to 15%, and was built around the same time. Appraisers prefer arm's-length transactions, meaning the buyer and seller are unrelated and acting in their own best interests. Distressed sales like foreclosures or short sales are generally avoided unless the market is dominated by them. As a loan officer, understanding comps helps you set realistic expectations with your borrowers before the appraisal even happens. As-is value. The as-is value is the appraiser's opinion of what the property is worth in its current condition, right now, today, as it stands. This is the standard value used in most purchase and refinance transactions. If a home has deferred maintenance, outdated finishes, or needed repairs, those factors will negatively impact the as-is value. Lenders use the as-is value to determine how much they are willing to lend. For example, if a home appraises at $300,000 as-is and the loan program allows up to 80% loan to value, the maximum loan amount would be $240,000. Understanding as-is value helps you structure loans correctly and avoid surprises at closing. After repair value, ARV. The after repair value, or ARV, is the estimated value of a property after planned renovations or repairs have been completed. ARV is commonly used in renovation loan programs such as the FHA 203K, Fannie Mae Homestyle, and various construction loan products. The appraiser reviews the proposed scope of work and cost estimates, then provides an opinion of what the property will be worth once those improvements are made. As a loan officer, ARV is a powerful tool. It allows borrowers to finance both the purchase and the renovation costs in a single loan based on the future value of the home. Always make sure the scope of work is detailed and realistic, because the ARV is only as strong as the renovation plan behind it. That wraps up our training on the appraisal process. You now have a solid foundation in what appraisers look for, how comps work, the 3 value approaches, how to read an appraisal report, and the difference between as-is value and ARV. Use this knowledge to guide your borrowers, set accurate expectations, and close more loans with confidence. Great work, and we'll see you in the next training.